Hello again YouTube, here I am back with another video. Today I thought I'd come in here and talk to you a little bit about my core design style, what I love best and how I kind of bring it all together. So in a nutshell, I would call myself a maximalist far more than a minimalist, and I love to combine maximalism with British eccentric style. So effectively what this entails is, obviously, if you're a minimalist, everything's very bare and calm and minimal, key is in the title, and you like really neutral colours and not a lot of clutter and not a lot of like objet d'art or ornaments, or just very, very clean lines. If you're a maximalist, it's the opposite. So it's like, as opposed to thinking, do I need that ornament? Will that wallpaper go with that rug? Is there too much pattern? You just go for it. You just think, I love that lamp, I love that wallpaper, I love that rug, bung it all together, and you know, ta-da, you have a maximalist room. Obviously, there are lots of tips and tricks and techniques. It is a little bit more advanced than that. You can't just go out and like buy loads of random stuff and throw it all together and hope, because then it might look like someone's physically vomited their, you know, soul onto the room, which could be unpleasant. I could have said that in a much more pleasant way. That sounded incredibly vile. Anyway, you know, it can just look like a load of old rubbish. If you shove it all together, it could all clash with each other, and clashing to an extent is good, but you've got to make it clash in the right way. Sounds kind of complicated, it really isn't. But that's maximalism. Just throw the wallpaper, the pattern, bold colours, loads of objet d'art, loads of plants, loads of, you know, throw it all together, bang. And British eccentric style is something I love very, very much. So that's all about sort of, if you think of, say, like Morris & Co., like William Morris, even down the road of sort of House of Hackney, Divine Savages. These are a lot of companies that do, to me, British eccentric very, 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 very well. So it's sort of like taking traditional looking, opulent, almost like ditzy kind of florals, like Liberty prints, and making them, I don't know, like richer or more quirky, and then sort of combining that with just like loads of rich velvet, loads of cushions, loads of tassels. So just think about the height of British opulence, but with a little bit of an edge, and loads of botanicals and loads of flowers in there. So that's the sort of style that I love the most. I love the more the merrier, the richer the better, the richer the merrier, and all that. So I'm probably going to give you a few tips on how to sort of implement these styles and what they sort of look like. In fact, I'll give you a little sort of slideshow now. So this would be what I'd say is maximalism. Throw it all at it. Go really vibrant. Add lots of texture. Add lots of pattern. Good Lord. And this is a few examples of sort of British eccentric. Beautiful, lovely florals, paneling, traditional details, opulence, velvet, richness, ta-da. So there you have it. That's the sort of style that I love best. And yeah, I'm going to come back and do a few more videos on, because as an interior designer, that's the style that I kind of love, but it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that is absolutely fine. So I know that as an interior designer, I can do any sort of house to anyone's sort of taste. So obviously, when I meet a client, I learn a bit about, you know, them, what they're into, what sort of look and feel they want to accomplish, whether they do want it really minimal. I mean, I'm not opposed to any design style. If you want it really minimal, there's a really beautiful way you can do it. Sometimes if you do minimalistic design, it can look a bit stark if you don't do it properly. You know, if you just got white walls and white sofa and a white rug, it can feel a bit clinical. Whereas there's beautiful, easy ways of doing minimal design with sort of by adding texture and warmth and creamy tones and soft rugs and lots of cushions and curtains, but also keeping it all quite sort of fresh and light and plain kind of colours. If that's what you're into, there's loads of ways we can achieve that. If you want to go really bold and maximalism, or if you want to find somewhere in between, there's a really lovely balance actually to be struck in between, where it's all quite simple, not loads of clutter, not loads of pattern, but at the same time you choose like rich, lovely wall, like a dark wall colour and a feature wall, and maybe a little bit of wallpaper on a fire breast, but not too much. So I can, you know, as an interior designer, it's my job to fit the client's needs and, you know, find their design style and help them achieve that. And that's something that I can do. But I thought I'd just come on today and tell you a little bit about what I love best and what I find really fun and what I really enjoy doing, which is sort of British eccentric maximalism. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've got loads coming up, and I'll see you soon. Mwah!